everyone. My name's Brittany and I'm a registered dietitian with Coatman Healthcare at our downtown Vancouver location. And today's video is all about tips to help you improve your relationship with food. I've shared this in a video before, but the longest relationship that you'll have in your lifetime is your relationship with food and your body. So use these 3 tips as a starting point to reframe the way that you think about food and move towards a more positive eating relationship. My first tip to help you improve your relationship with food is to stop labeling foods as good or bad. Food is not a moral issue. I know that we're bombarded with messages all the time about food and what we should or shouldn't be eating. But when we label foods as good or bad, all that does is serve to make us feel guilty or feel shame when we eat foods that we label as bad. And then when we do that, we invite in more anxiety and stress into the eating experience. By eliminating these labels and taking a more neutral approach to the way that we think about food, we have the opportunity to sit down and mindfully observe which foods make us feel good and which foods make us feel not so good. But we can do that from a place of being curious and not judging our food choices. When I'm talking with clients about reframing this food relationship and not labeling foods as good or bad, a helpful example I'll bring up is the fact that all foods are made up of the same 3 macronutrients. So when we talk about macronutrients, I'm referring to carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And no matter what food you eat, those foods are all going to have some combination of those 3 macronutrients. So if we take a Buddha bowl, for example, that maybe has some brown rice, some vegetables, some tofu, that's a combination of carbohydrates, protein, and fat. But a chocolate chip cookie also has a combination of those macronutrients, more so carbohydrates and fat. Either way, your body knows how to break down and digest those 3 macronutrients and use them. So you can tell yourself, my body knows what to do with food, whether it's coming from a cookie or it's coming from a Buddha bowl. My second tip to improve your relationship with food is to reframe the way that you think about those less nutritious foods. For example, our cookies or our cake or our potato chips. Often when I'm working with clients on food relationship and body image, the conversation comes up where they say, Brittany, I know that you've given me permission to eat all foods, but shouldn't I be focusing on nutrient-dense foods like my fruits and vegetables? To which my answer is always yes. As a dietitian, I love these foods and I know that they serve a purpose in fueling your body. But I also know that those foods like your cookies or your cake also serve a purpose in your eating pattern. We can label these foods as fun foods or play foods because we know that we eat for more than just nutrition. Food is also fun and it's tradition and it's culture, and food is family barbecues and celebrations and ice cream on a hot summer day. And we want to include a variety of foods that provide nutrition but also provide fun. And so by reframing those less nutritionally dense foods as fun or play foods, we remove some of that guilt or shame around eating those foods and give ourselves permission to enjoy them as part of a healthy lifestyle. And finally, tip number 3, remember that health is a journey and a positive food relationship is a journey. Look at each new meal and snack that you sit down to as an opportunity to get curious and learn more about what your body needs and what makes you feel good. I hope these 3 tips have encouraged you to consider the way that you think about food and the way that you might be labeling food right now. If you find that you're still struggling with your relationship with food or your body image, I would encourage you to reach out to one of the dietitians at Coatman. We're here to support you and we're so happy to help.